Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Investing Iguana YouTube channel, your go-to place for all things investment related. Today's topic is super important if you're in Singapore and thinking about the Housing Development Board, HDB, resale market. We're diving deep into the most recent trends and changes, so if you're thinking about buying or selling an HDB flat, you'll definitely want to stick around and listen closely to what's been happening lately. So, let's talk numbers. We're focusing on the third quarter of 2023, and guess what? The growth rate of HDB resale prices has slowed down a bit. Why is this happening, you ask? Well, there are a couple of reasons. First off, there's this thing called inflation, which basically means that the cost of living is going up. On top of that, interest rates have also increased. Both of these factors make it a bit tougher for people to buy homes because they have to spend more money. Now, let's get into the specifics. In the third quarter of this year, the resale prices of HDB flats went up by just 1.2%. If you compare that to the 1.5% increase we saw in the quarter before this one, you'll notice it's a bit lower. And it's even more interesting when you look at the bigger picture. In 2022, the average quarterly growth rate was 2.5%, and in 2021, it was 3.1%. So, you see, this recent 1.2% is quite a drop and something you should definitely keep an eye on if you're in the market for an HDB flat. Alright, let's take a closer look at how the prices of different types of homes, specifically HDB flats, have changed from January to September of this year. During these 9 months, the cost to buy a resale HDB flat went up by just 3.8%. To help you understand what that means, let's compare it to the past. In the same 9 months of 2022, the prices went up by 8%, and in 2021, they increased by 9.1%. So, if you look at those numbers, you can see that the market isn't growing as fast as it used to, it's actually slowing down a bit. Now, let's talk about the different sizes of flats and how their prices have changed. If you're interested in 4-room flats, you'll be happy to know that their prices went up the most. They increased by 1.8%, changing from 579,740 Singapore dollars in the 3 months before to 589,992 Singapore dollars in the most recent 3 months. Next in line are the bigger, executive flats. Their prices went up by 1.2%. The smallest, 2-room flats, also saw their prices go up, but just by 1%. But it's not all good news. Prices actually went down in 10 different areas. The places where prices dropped the most were Geylang and the central area, with decreases of 3.6% and 3.4%, respectively. So, depending on where you're looking to buy, you might find some good deals. In the last 3 months, we saw a small but positive bump in how much we sold. Specifically, we sold 2.9% more stuff than we did in the quarter before that, totaling 6,592 items. But it's important to remember that we're still not doing as well as we were last year at the same time. Back then, we sold 7,298 items, which is 9.7% more than what we sold this quarter. Now, let's talk about what kinds of things people are buying from us. We noticed that fewer people are buying our 4-room flats, but more people are going for our bigger, executive flats. So, it seems like people are interested in having more space these days. Maybe families are growing, or people just want more room to stretch out. Either way, it's a clue that tells us what people might be interested in buying in the future. So, in simple terms, we sold a bit more this quarter, but not as much as last year, and it looks like people are interested in bigger homes now. Alright, let's dive into the hot spots for buying HDB flats, which are like apartments in Singapore. Sengkang is the superstar here, with a whopping 504 flats sold. It's like the popular kid in school everyone wants to be friends with. Right on its heels are Punggol, Woodlands, Yishun, and Jurong West. These places are also super popular and lots of people want to live there. Now, get this, a new record was set recently. In just 3 months, 128 flats were sold for $1 million or more. That's even more than the old record of 111 flats sold for that much money during the same time last year. It's like breaking a high score in a video game. Now, looking into the future, things are getting a bit tricky. Prices aren't going up as fast as they used to, and in some places, they're even going down a bit. It's like when you're playing a game and it suddenly gets harder. People are starting to be really careful with their money. One reason is that loans for buying these flats have gotten more expensive. Local banks are saying, hey, if you want to borrow money from us, you have to pay us back with extra. They're offering loan packages with interest rates above 3%, which makes buying a flat more expensive in the long run. So, what's happening is that people are starting to look at new flats that are being built, called build-to-order or BTO flats. These are usually cheaper, so it's like getting a good deal during a sale. This shift could make the prices of older flats, the ones people are reselling, go up less quickly. To wrap it all up, if you're thinking about jumping into this HDB flat buying and selling game, you've got to pay attention to what's happening. It's like keeping an eye on the scoreboard. The market is starting to cool down, like a melting ice cream on a hot day. There are a bunch of things that could make prices go up or down, like how much banks charge for loans or new rules the government might make. So, keep your eyes peeled and stay informed. Well, folks, that's a wrap. If this video tickled your finance bone and left you richer in knowledge, go on and hit that like button with the same vigor you'd use to grab a discounted item off a store shelf. It's the secret handshake that tells us you enjoyed the journey. And hey, it's a free way to vote for more finance-savvy content. While you're here, why not subscribe and become a member of the Iguana Club? We promise, no initiation rituals or secret handshakes, just solid financial wisdom delivered straight to your screen. It's like having a money mentor in your pocket. Oh, and believe me, we're just getting warmed up. We've got a goldmine of finance wizardry coming your way. Ever wondered about the nitty-gritty of investment strategies? Or perhaps how to tame the beast called the stock market? Well, consider us your financial GPS. You're a part of the Investing Iguana family now. And every like, share, and subscribe is like a high five that keeps us going. It's like caffeine for our creativity, and we sure do love our coffee. So, thanks for sticking around. Remember, the road to wealth is paved with informed decisions. Stay curious, keep learning, and let's grow together. See you in the next video for another exciting episode of Finance Fun. Adios amigos.